Well, welcome back. In the previous episode, we talked about how you want to be specific by not using round numbers. And in this episode, we're going to talk about how you want to be specific by not using vague language in your offers. So here are a lot of examples of how not to do this.
I was hoping for $18,000 to $20,000.
So how much you want for it?
Maybe around $1,000 or so.
Now, how much you want for this?
Well, I just want to throw out 10,000.
Okay, out there.
Well, I'm looking for something like $5,000 for the book.
What can you do it for? Maybe 5.
I think it should be worth at least 500.
Okay.
It's kind of hoping 5,000 range, maybe.
I'd like to get at least 8.
So, how much you want for this?
You know, I'm thinking somewhere in the 1,500 range.
All right, let's take a look at these one at a time. So that first one, I was hoping for $18,000 to $20,000. When you give a range for your initial offer, it's completely worthless. Whatever the lowest number in your range is, if you're the seller, that's your offer. So if you say 18 to 20, you're not going to get 19 or 20. It's just the same as saying 18. So if 18 was the good first offer, just say 18. Don't say 18 to 20. There is no point in giving a range. And then the next one, she started to say, I don't know, maybe around $1,000 or so. And then to top it off, the entire time she was saying all that vague language, she was doing this like, I don't know, with her hands. You couldn't communicate more that you have no idea what you're doing in this initial offer. So she asked for 1,000, but she started off by saying, I don't know, maybe around 1,000 or so. So she's clearly communicating that she's willing to take significantly less than 1,000. The point to the initial offer, even if you are willing to take less, which you probably are if you're making a good initial offer, the point is you want to at least make it appear like it's a firm offer so that people don't think they can talk you down a significant amount further than that. Let's see, the next one, I just want to throw out $10,000. Like, what is that? Yeah, go ahead and throw that out the window. Like you're throwing it out. So you're basically telling them you have no basis whatsoever. You're just throwing out a number. Why didn't you throw out 20,000? You could have thrown that out. That's a number. Let's see, the next one, something like $5,000. Well, I mean, some people think $3,500 is kind of like $5,000. What does that mean? And next we have a maybe. Maybe I'd take $500. You're not fooling anybody with that. If you tell somebody you might take $500, we know you're going to take $500 and probably even less. That doesn't really do anything. We got somebody who says, I take at least $500. We got someone, this one's great, kind of hoping to get in the $5,000 range, maybe. This person managed to get 5 pieces of vague language into one offer. Kind of hoping to get 5,000, which is a round number, don't use round numbers, to get the $5,000 range, maybe. I mean, yeah. All right, next one. I'd like to get at least 8. Okay, so I'd like to get, and then the at least, don't use at least, and then 8. Well, that's pretty vague. What, $8? $800? $8,000? And then finally, somewhere in the $1,500 range. Well, what is somewhere in the $1,500 range? I don't know. Is $1,300 in the $1,500 range? I don't know. And the problem here is that when you use this vague, wishy-washy language in your initial offer, you're communicating to the other side that you have no basis for your offer, and therefore they're not going to take your offer seriously, and therefore you lose that first mover advantage. Now, this same principle applies in various types of negotiations. Whether you're the seller, like we've been talking about, it would equally apply if you were the buyer. Even in non-monetary negotiations, like negotiating how many days your in-laws are going to come stay with you. If you were to say something as a first offer, how about a week or so, or about a week? You know, your spouse may be thinking, well, 14 days is about a week, and maybe you're thinking, well, 5, 6, 7 days is about a week. So it's applicable in almost every type of negotiation. Well, in the next video, we're going to talk about the related subject of why you want to be objective in your initial offer. Look for a link to that next video in the description below, along with links to the 2 previous videos of why you want to be first and be objective by not using round numbers. And as always, in the comments, if you have any questions or criticisms, I'd love to hear them, and I'll respond to those down there. I'll see you in the next video.